For one night only, the BBC Concert Orchestra and our very own Eddie Jordan. Eddie, that was fantastic. I don't think even David Coulthard could argue with that. But maybe I'm wrong, hey? Of course, Eddie and David were part of our BBC team which covered a dramatic Formula One season. And at the very centre of it all was a man who 12 months ago tonight didn't even have a team to drive for. As a 100-to-1 title outsider, what a season and what a story for Formula One world champion Jenson Button.
When I heard the news that Honda were pulling out, I just stood there in shock.
There were those 3 or 4 months of really not knowing if we were going to survive.
There's a possibility that my career is over. I headed to the factory, but I realised how focused they were still to make a competitive car.
Honda's Formula One team looks set to be rebranded in the new season.
From the first race in Australia, after such a winter, was very, very emotional for everyone.
It's a 1-2 finish. What a result!
And obviously many victories after that.
Winner in Barcelona. Jenson Button wins in Monaco. 6 out of 7 races. That championship is getting ever nearer.
It was looking so good, and suddenly we had these races that were very difficult for us.
How could this car be so bad at the moment?
In a way, I'm glad that the middle of the season was tough.
Jenson had tremendous pressure on him.
I had to work for it. It was not easy.
I think that's a measure of a world champion.
Got to the end of the season and we came away with the World Championship. For me, it was the race of my life.
Wonderful move by Button.
Button had to make it stick.
This is breathtaking stuff. Oh. Jenson Button, the 2009 World Champion.
It was when I crossed the line and I saw P1 on my board, World Champion. And all I could think of was singing a Freddie Mercury song. Very badly, actually.
Well, they certainly were, and it gave us back-to-back British Formula One world champions. Ladies and gentlemen, Jenson Button. Well, Jenson, I think the only other place that I've experienced an atmosphere like this was in your garage after you won the world title in Brazil. There was an incredible outpouring of emotion that day, wasn't there?
It was, and the reason for it, we'd been through so much over the last season. Every single person in that team at Brawn worked 100% to get the car on the grid. At the first race in Melbourne, even that was an achievement for us, actually being there. So coming away with the championship was extraordinary, and yeah, it was a very special moment. I think I might have given you a little kiss on the cheek.
I do believe that did happen.
Yes.
I haven't watched since.
And thank you very much for playing my version of We Are the Champions. That was great, thank you.
To be honest, Jenson, we couldn't really leave that out, could we? You know, it's worth pointing out to people that a year ago tonight you were effectively out of a job. So how did it feel, not just to win the world title this year, but to do it with the drive that you managed to find in Brazil that day?
Yeah, it's, you know, I've been racing in F1 for 10 years now, and suddenly I thought my career was going to be over, and I had no other options. So we all pulled together and pushed as hard as we could to stay racing in 2009. Little did we know what we could achieve. So finishing as world champion this season has been my dream for many, many years. You know, 21 years ago I started racing in a go-kart, ran a pub car park, and I'm stood here today as the Formula One world champion. So it's a very special feeling.
And it keeps on generating headlines, Formula One. You and Lewis Hamilton in the same team next season, that will be interesting. Right, Jenson, very best of luck for this evening's award. Congratulations for the entire season as well. Ladies and gentlemen, your Formula One world champion, Jenson Button.